And then we do the amazing thing where we turn the light on. And then it thinks it's a different green, because it is a different green. And also freaking flashbangs me. I can't see. My life is meaningless. Hey, what is up, everybody? Jukem here. Welcome back to another Pokken video, where this time, bring another new series to the channel that I will hopefully do more than one video for. We're going to the online mode, and we're going to actually be judging other people's sets in the replay function. This is an idea I had for a long time, but hey, I guess I do have coaching services on Metafy. That is a thing that I always just forget I do have, actually. It's also just a fun way for me to interact with you guys, and I think that's great. I do have my Discord down below, and you can always interact with me, DM me, and I can sort of look over it in one of these types of videos. I think it'd be a lot of fun, but yeah, for now, let's just go over some random stuff. These are my videos, because definitely, I've never used this part of the game, by the way. I've never searched up random replays. Ooh, this will be a fun one. All right, Jimmy. Show me what you got, show me what you got. And B-Boy Blastoise playing the goated Blaziken. Not Blastoise, fun fact. For these types of videos, there is going to be a bit of pausing as I try to analyze everything. So if you see the ding, ding, or get annoyed at that noise, I apologize in advance. This is an experiment I'm doing here. I might actually try just doing regular video files. Let's see what we got here. All right, so Blaziken's running Sylveon here. That is a very unique one. Okay, the premeditated back wide to beat up the Blaze Kick. Going for the low. Okay, this Blaziken, I think I've heard of B-Boy before. It's been forever since I've seen like anything. I think this is a ranked match, so I think this is someone I'm familiar with. I'm definitely not familiar with Jimmy, but they definitely do know their combo to get like the most optimal damage at the wall. Because fun fact, Sky Uppercut, the enhanced version of it, is actually more PSP, which means it will phase shift faster, and it does it before all the follow-up hits with the fiery wave. And because of that, you want to go for, if you're high on PSP, you want to go for the non-enhanced one because it just does more damage overall. It's a very weird thing. I feel like a lot of early Pokken characters got a lot of weird PSP things, most notably with Pikachu. Alright, getting knocked down, getting the Oki. Oh, just barely missed that. That kind of sucks because I don't think that's frame 1 for Brave Bird. They had it planned for the 2x to be on their Oki, and 2x pierces, so they couldn't do anything like counterattack. But if they did do counterattack, they're stunned for such a long time that you're actually able to combo off of Gardevoir moves. And I think that's what they might have been going for. I think Gardevoir was trying to go for like an energy ball and try getting that. Good idea to block there. That last, I would have gotten hit there because that last hit definitely looked like it should have missed. The anti-air Emolga. Going for another 2x. Ooh, trying to outrange it with a disarming, Psyshock. Finishing it off with just another Heat Wave. Now, the funny thing about Blaziken, especially Blazikens who just like pressing the enhanced moves, is that they can win neutral and they still will be like losing half their health. Especially if it's in Duel Phase. Oh, they let go counterattack just in the worst time possible. I think they were probably expecting a special cancel at this point, but they just kept going with the 5-0 Ys. All right, going into burst mode. Good use of the uppercut. Okay, so that fun fact, another thing about that move, it's not actually an anti-air. It's projectile immune frame 1. So a lot of Gardevoir's moves are projectiles in the air, like her JY, which shoots the little arrows down, or Magical Leaf. Her JX is not, but it's very quick enough to where he realized what Gardevoir was doing up in the air, doing the double jump, and he was able to reach high enough to get this, and finish it off with the less strong version of the Sky Uppercut 2 into a Heat Wave on Oki. They were mashing buttons, they got hit there. Pretty good overall. I like the Blaziken. I like the Blaziken. It's a pretty simple Blaziken overall. I think they did good and what they need to do to stay in against the Gardevoir. The Gardevoir needed to block a bit more. They weren't really doing the best on defense. They did do a good job at noticing that the one Heat Wave from before, the little blast of Oki that finished her off there earlier on in the match, was one last hit. Like, the visuals went away, but the hitbox was still there, like, for the briefest of moments, and they blocked it. If they got hit there, I wouldn't have blamed them there. I do blame them for getting hit there, though. I don't know why they got hit there. I don't even think you can counterattack it. I think it's just you have to block and respect it. Unless you're like a very long counter-windowed counterattack, but let's look for some more. Ooh, Furret Master. Ooh, I played against this person before. Let's watch them fight this. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it because I'd feel bad if I just like offended them. This Mewtwo player. We'll just call them the Mewtwo player, the one and only Mewtwo player. Afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of trying to say your name, honestly. It's nothing against you. It's all against me. I'm just a simple guy who doesn't know anything about the rest of the world. I'm here playing video games and judging other people for playing video games and being like how you're bad or whatever. This is how I roll. Yeah, let's see what they got to do, because I know Furret Master is really strong of a player from personal experience, competing with my own Sceptile. They're definitely not doing the usual Mewtwo stuff, but they did block that, which is good. Good, okay, so good cancel into the barrier there. Now you might be wondering, why would you say that? Barrier wasn't going to prevent him because it was going to pierce. Well, that's the thing. It is going to pierce. So it's technically less damage overall, and your opponent doesn't actually get any synergy from a critical hit. So it's more beneficial for you, either if it does pierce, you take less damage, or if it doesn't pierce, then you can actually take your advantage if they let go early. It's a very effective thing, and Mewtwo is a very notable character for this, because Barrier is just such a good move, and all the follow-ups allow him to do a lot of different things. Ooh, landing into the Hyper Beam. Okay. Alright, I wish I could really rewind because I just want to do that a few more times. The Hyper Beam falling. Sceptile is such a privileged character. His hurtbox is actually the worst. You tell me he just fell out and then he tried to grab, mistimed on Oki, and then got 4x off of it into a full combo. That is unfortunate. I like what you tried doing there. I'm not sure if that's really the best option to do at the wall for Sceptile for 6Y. Maybe if you were trying to do 6Y, wall splat, and then 6YY again for a lot of damage and the phase shift, I could see that being a thing, but it's just kind of slow. It doesn't have any scaling on it, if I'm sure, but it does have 2 PSP, so if you do fail whatever you're trying to do, it just kind of wastes PSP for no reason, because the first hit doesn't really do too much by itself. Ooh, okay, I see. They're autopiloting a bit. They didn't realize they got the air hit. I respect the Leaf Storm attempt. Oh, the Sceptile privilege once more, 5Y being out the counterattack. Good use of Psycho Cut. Noticing that that was probably going to fail, so they stay behind. Oh, I like the idea. The Poison Cloud will delete a lot of projectiles, and that can be really dumb for some characters to deal with. Oh, that good Hyper Beam. I think they're realizing, oh yeah, they're just trying to set up traps and stuff. And even if they did do the whole get hit by one hit of Hyper Beam, they still get knocked down, so they probably recognized, oh, if they do Leaf Seed here, at least I'll still be in an advantage technically. But this is a very icky situation. Nice use to get out of that. Okay, I don't see a lot of players actually do that. A lot of the time where they try to block or counter through one hit a pillar and then use the time, because the hits don't activate back to back to back. There's an opening, and they use that to get away. But then again, they just used Focus Blast into it, and that deletes projectiles. But they probably just didn't know that part, but they had an idea of how to deal with the Latios itself, and that's a really good use of it. Good use of anti-air, JY there to beat out the Sceptile. Good. Leaf Blade. I think that was a side Y. The Sceptile Leaf Blades, when you do side Y and they absorb some of the hits, you're able to actually react to that situation I mentioned before where you see a counter coming. You're like, oh, I can just cancel into my own counter and beat it out, potentially, unless it pierces. That's a very notable situation for this matchup in particular, which I do highly recommend for Mewtwo players to abuse and for Sceptile players to try to minimize as much as possible, because there is technically an opening where you could punish Mewtwo, but only if you don't actually counter through any of his projectiles. So it's kind of a guess, and you gotta get a little lucky. The tact to go over that. Ooh, setting up the Bullet Seeds. I respect that a lot, actually, at that attempt. I think, did he get hit? I don't think he got hit. No, he did get hit, and not on the way down, because there's a projectile that Chandelure has that aims down, and Sceptile will go through that with Leaf Storm. So I don't blame him for trying to attempt to do that. Ooh, the blessed Giga Drain. Ferd has been seeing that. Oh, some fancy combos too, geez. Okay, but Ferd has been seeing that he's been going for Psycho Cut a lot, so he tried timing it exactly then and there to get the Giga Drain off, which kind of was risky because he could get crit. Could have gotten crit. And you could have you dropped that almost. Gotta get the burst into homing 1 and then not being able to combo into homing 2 even on crit. No, but I think overall the Mewtwo player was realizing some things about how to deal with certain situations, but not other things. Like, they knew how to get rid of Latios or to avoid Latios, and then they threw a projectile on the Latios when that's supposed to block projectiles. Of course, it could have been an accident too, but in this series, I'm going to be thinking of everything as the player knew what they were doing, because I think it's always good. And if the person does end up watching this video and I'm complimenting them for doing something that was an actual accident, then that gives them the idea that they should continue doing it. So I'm not going to be like, oh, you totally didn't mean to do that, because that would just be mean-spirited. I will poke fun at moments like throwing the projectile at the Latios though, because I need some humor, and it is a mistake, so I'm sure they even knew it was a mistake at that point because they get hit. I think I'm just gonna go with this one. Let's do Ace versus Natalie. Ooh, a lot of games on Natalie's end, jeez. 1,771 battles total. Let's see, 921 wins. And an Ace with 284 wins. Okay, this will be a good fight. This is also a matchup I never see, so this will be very interesting to watch. I assume Pikachu We'll get hit by an Aurora Beam. Yeah, I see this Pikachu is playing more with projectiles and not aiming the Thunder too well at the moment, but who knows what can happen. Ooh, nice Volt Tackle. Yeah, they like that A button. They're liking the A button. They're liking the A button. I see the attempt with the Volt Tackle there. Yeah, they really do like the A button. They're like, I watch the Pokemon anime. I love seeing Pikachu use Thunderbolt and Thunder and Volt Tackle. Except for those last two he doesn't use anymore. Nice Cubone though. But the speed down is really going to make this harder for Pikachu to get in. Oh, there's a weird visual effect with that Thunder. Going to the burst mode. Oh, wait. Oh, the Thunder did hit. That was a good knockdown actually. Oh, okay. Forcing himself in. What's going to happen? Oh, everyone missing so much. I had a feeling that was going to happen. He was going to move forward, and that hurt box is so stupid. They're using a lot of Volt Tackles. Good guess with Nuzzle. They did not use Nuzzle that entire round. And when... Oh, my gosh. Okay, that was kind of smart. That was kind of smart. Okay? That Nuzzle on the counter, after that entire time, baiting Natalie into always using the... anything else, and then... Sorry, I'm flabbergasted for that one. Let me explain exactly what I mean. So, baiting Natalie the entire round with all these other attacks that she could counter through... And then at the very end, just being like, Nuzzle, I win the round. Smile. Eat it. Another... Yeah, they keep using Volt Tackle. I think Natalie's going to get this at some point. Just realize, oh, yeah, just block it. Yep, and right there. And then they almost threw it, but they got it. They got it. They got it. I was like, Iron Tail? Not like this. Natalie's doing some great adaptations here. That was a weird cling, but it gives Ace another chance to get in. I think you can Mirror Coat that one. I forget if you can. That was a good attempt. They knew Volt Tackle was going to come because that's what Ace has been doing every time on pressure. And that Blizzard was meant to force them to be stuck in place for them to then guess with the grab. But I think Blizzard, I think it might be 0 on block, and Suicune's grab is slower than Volt Tackle, which is frame 11. So I think that would make Suicune's grab frame 15. And so that just beat it out. Even though grab beat counter, if the counter comes out before the grab hitbox even comes out, then it's going to be beaten out. Nice Fennekin. Can you combo off of it? Oh, if she did Aurora Beam, I think that would have comboed. I think that would have comboed. Either the air one or the grounded one. I think the grounded one is slower, but it would have hit a wider range as the Pikachu was falling off to the ground. So I think that would have worked out. Hydro Pump Oki. Oh, the perfect timing again. That was almost like before. Almost exactly like before. The perfect timing. You only need to land one Blizzard hit to get that KO. And now Natalie is standing there menacingly waiting for... What is Suicune doing there in this active volcano, just standing there waiting for the little small rat to come and body him? I thought for sure. Oh, and that's what we don't do, Pikachu. We don't use Backlie. Pikachu mains, we don't use Backlie. That move sucks. This is a grab, panic block into getting hit by Nuzzle. Beautiful. Yeah, they keep using Thunder as an approaching option, which is like the opposite of how I would always expect Thunder. It does have the hitbox at the very beginning, so... But I usually see that when you're doing pressure with like 8x into Thunder to like cross them up and other stuff. That's usually how you're supposed to use it. But they're also just not canceling Thunder for movement. Wake up burst attack. That sucks. that reached? I didn't think that was gonna reach off of that because I saw Suicune backing up too. Natalie's just like, you must be joking me. This Pikachu is using Volt Tackle as offense, as defense. It's a lifestyle. I respect it. Not really though. I feel like this is robbing Natalie a bit for how many times. Ooh, they didn't block there though. At least they don't have to worry about. Ooh. Oh, they walked out of the Shockwave. The second hit of Shockwave. Pikachu's Thunder does get a boost when it's in burst mode, where it has a Shockwave that lands, and that can also surprise people because it has I think a slightly wider range. So if the first Thunder misses, if you aren't expecting it, you could get hit by the Shockwave. It's only on the ground though. It's not hitting the air like the usual Thunder. Using burst attack. Ooh, this would be a good Thunder. Maybe not. Good Blizzard. I'm also not seeing Natalie use Mirror Coat much. Mirror Coat is a bit janky to use. It's only does stuff to projectiles on frame 11. But so for something like Thunder, which is very obvious, could have been seen very quickly. Nice grab. Okay, finally grabbing. They're like, oh yeah, grab beats counter. Very good. This is a very close match. This is a surprisingly close match. Oh, try to go for the Oki Aurora Beam. I think they would have been safe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that JX for Pikachu, very good button. I think that's like the first time they were using it that entire set, and it has counter armor, but not for the entire duration of it. I think when the attack actually starts up, which is where he got hit, that's when it ends, and that's very unfortunate. But also, Suicune was above Pikachu, so even if they did try to clash with their their dive kicks, Suicune still would have won. I think a best case scenario for Pikachu there was to clash, but because of the height, Suicune being much higher, I don't think that was very likely to have happened. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to actually review and talk about. I hope everyone enjoyed that. It's very interesting seeing some of the lower to mid-level players be playing, and I think the series will help a lot of people level up their game, for me giving my knowledge on what people should be doing and what people should not be doing, or like talking about certain situations that people get stuck in and they may not know about, or like I said, things people do by accident, and I pointed out like, oh, that's really good, and then they do it again, but this time intentionally, because they realize, oh shoot, Jukem said the thing, that's good, I'm gonna abuse that. Of course, they could always just recognize that was a good thing from the match itself, but if it's an accident, sometimes you might not even remember it. So I hope this series helps out a lot of people. And like I said, something in the description, probably my Discord server, where you can send in both YouTube clips or MP4 files or anything related to your match. You can even send me here, I guess I could show this real quick too at the very end, is that you can actually upload your replays yeah, you could do it. And then you have to send me like what the rank you are versus the rank your opponent was. This isn't so much like a series meant about me seeing you bash someone's face in. If this small sort of like coaching series does have more than one video, like I struggle doing a lot of the time, I hope it would be pretty close matches so I can talk about both players. Though, of course, if it is your video sending in, so if it is a match you do win and it's pretty close, feel free to do that. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, have a wonderful one, guys. Caskin is not here because he is currently in a garbage bag because we are getting a new carpet in, which is why I actually had to bring the green screen in, because I brought it out. I'm like, oh, I want to record today. That was fun. See you guys next time.